Evening, everyone. It's Wednesday afternoon, February 16th at 6 o'clock, and it was a very interesting day. Um, we had retail sales, which showed um, pretty decent growth, 3.8 versus 2, X autos 3.3 versus 1, and X gas 3.8 to 1. So pretty much in line all the way across. However, these are not adjusted for inflation. So that means if inflation, which we got yesterday, is running at 8%, then sales would be up about 8%. In any event, it was a very soft open. We actually got all the way down to a level of about down 340 in the Dow. And by the end of the day, after the Fed minutes, which seemed to be somewhat less hawkish than expected, we rallied all the way back to being in the green. And then in the last 5 minutes, we had a little bit of a sell off in the Dow. So the Dow, after being down 340, finished down 54 or 0.16%. Advanced declines were slightly positive at 5 to 4 up. The Nasdaq, which was down as much as the Dow at around down 280, finished down only 1566 with advanced declines 1.1 to 1 up also. Volume was noticeably lighter at just over 4 billion. The S&P actually finished in the green, up $3.94, as did the Russell, up 285, and the Dow Jones Transports, which were up yesterday while everything else was down, up 81.38 or 0.53. The VIX was 24.29. That was down 141. So we're not spiked up in the high 20s to low 30s, but we're not giving it up quickly. The one thing that I want to mention tonight is the propensity for companies that miss at all to really be taken to the woodshed. I mean, the ease of movement to the downside is remarkable. This morning, you had Shopify, which, after the earnings number came out yesterday, traded as high as 970, closing the day today at 746, down 142 on the net change side, but down 225 from yesterday's high. So down 16%. You had Roblox, which also had a similar situation this morning after the earnings last night, which were a miss. The stock was trading this morning in the 64 to 62 range. During the day, it never traded above 59, and it actually continued to fall. I believe the low was 53.08. It closed 53.87, down $19.43, 26%. These are really outsized moves, and clearly they lean towards the downside. There was another one today, Amplify, AMPL, which beat top and bottom line. This is a stock that was already down from about 80 to close the day 41.61, down 259 on the numbers, which, as I said, were a beat both top and bottom line. They gave decent guidance, but everything seemed to be just under consensus, and they took the stock down from that 41.61 close to 23.80, and the last on it was 26.03. That's down 41%, $18 and change. Cisco was a beat. The stock was up about 263 or 4.8%. DoorDash was a miss. The stock had closed 94.89, down 6.92. traded up to 132 and a quarter on a miss, a company that has never made money. And the close was 126.18, up about 25, so up 25%. Nvidia was a beat. It had closed 265.11. It traded up to 275, traded back down to 251. Last that I saw was 261.51, down 320. Walmart was supposed to report after the close, and Starbulk SBLT also after the close. But Starbulk in particular is in Greece, and it's the middle of the night there, so I'm assuming we'll get a number from them before the open tomorrow. Remember, that's one that we've owned and written against and collected huge dividends on. I believe that the last dividend was $1.25. The dividend before that was 75 cents. I mean, this company has really been setting the world on fire. Okay, oil started the day lower, finished up $1.59. Gold was stronger all day, but built up to close at 1871. I want to give you a look at that one because it's a very interesting area. This is the daily chart going back a couple of months. As you can see, we had this top that we ran right up to and turned back down. We moved that day from a high of 1881.60 to close 1856, down 13 on the day. So this high only made it to the beginning of supply from the other highs. This one got up there, but what I want to show you is a little more granular, so we'll go to the 4-month. On this rally and on the last rally, the high close was 1869.40. Today's close, 1871.50. So this is actually, since we broke back down from these highs at 1880, today's close is the highest close in that recovery. And the highest close for all of that is 1870.20 also. And so this looks like it could go higher. If you want to see what the weekly looks like, you can see there's a little bit more of context. The high, recovery high, all-time high, 2089.20. And if we break above this 1900, the high close here on a weekly basis is 1905, then I would think we have 1950 to 2000 probably pretty easily. Bitcoin was down a little, and as far as our positions go, we are interested in the gold because we are in the silver. Silver was up 26 and change today. And we own the AGQ, which is the 2 times silver. So I think we paid about $1.30 for those calls. I believe they closed at around $1.85 today. I saw them trade at $1.95. Also, we're still in nat gas, and nat gas is acting incredibly well. It was up 41 cents, I believe. Started off kind of slow overnight, up or down a little bit. By the morning's open, it was up about 10 or 12. Let's go back to the daily. We bought it in here at this consolidation right on this 50-day moving average. Yesterday I told you we had cleared the 5, the 20, and the 200-day, and all we had to do was this red line, which was the 100-day, and we closed above that. We sold half of it today on the 100% up rule for a little bit more than 100%. We had orders in at I think 178 or better. Most of the executions were at 183 and 184. I think that we could probably test this $5 area. Might not be tomorrow, might not be until Friday, or maybe even next week. But clearly we've taken all the money out of the trade, and I'm very comfortable with it. We also added to another trade today in Viacom CBS, which, by the way, changes its symbol tomorrow to Paramount, is the name change. P-A-R-A-A. Paramount Class A. We paid $1.24 and $1.25 for the 30 calls. The stock was down hard today on their earnings. This morning it was down about 11% at 31.96. Like the Roblox that I explained before, it never came anywhere near that level once the actual market was open. In fact, it opened at 30.17, traded 30.33, and then all the way down to 27.84. I believe it closed at 29.66. We bought the calls versus about 29 even, and it closed about three quarters up on the range. It was below the lower Bollinger Band, and I think we can get a bounce back up into the 32, 33 area, possibly before the end of the week. So we're up about 16%, and I believe we are 13 for 16 trades, 3 losses, 13 gains. All right, everyone, I'll be back in the morning. We have housing starts and permits tomorrow. It's Thursday, so it's claims day, and we also have the Philly Fed in the afternoon. Have a good evening. I'll be back in the morning.